Westwood, New Jersey, on our line for independence. You're on with Bing West.
Of course, our soldiers are certainly brave. You know, the British have a saying that they held the largest peace demonstrations in the history of their country against this war, this second war against Iraq, and they say that Bush and Blair have blood on their hands. But I would like to ask the gentleman if he feels there should be accountability for an unnecessary war which has caused basically two things aside from the $3 trillion we're spending. Number one, the deaths of over 4,100 Americans and the wounding of or injuring of over 50,000. And number two, accountability for the unnecessary deaths of hundreds of thousands of innocent men, women, and children in Iraq in this immoral war.
Thank you.
Well, I think we're proceeding from two entirely different premises. Let's start with the issue of this being a war against Iraq and who began it. The United States took a vote in the Congress. It took a vote in the United Nations. It wasn't as though anyone just said we're going to invade tomorrow. By a substantial majority, this country decided to go to war against a tyrant by the name of Saddam on the basis of bad intelligence. But it was bad intelligence that he had weapons of mass destruction that was shared around the world, not just by the United States. So yes, there was a mistake in terms of intelligence, but no, it wasn't a mistake to free a country from a tyrant who was killing over 30,000 a year. And I don't know where you got the figure of hundreds of thousands of Iraqis being killed during this war. I've been there an awful lot, and I've watched what our soldiers and Marines have done. They haven't done anything like that. And we can be proud of what our soldiers and Marines achieved, even if one argues about the beginning of the war. Because once you're in a war, and once Al-Qaeda said, we're going to make that the central front against America, and Al-Qaeda intends to kill us, every one of us, then when you're in a war, win the war. And that's what our soldiers and our Marines did.